Welcome to Computer Parts Conference 2022. This is going to be our biggest computer parts conference yet, because today we're going to be bringing our biggest leap ever in silicon technology. We're going to be talking about our CPUs and GPUs today, so let's get started with our CPUs. Our Neon D series CPUs is our consumer level desktop and mobile chips. Our Neon X and Z series are workstation class chips, and Snapdragon is our mobile series chips. So let's get started with our Neon D series. Our Neon D30 lineup was game-changing. They were the first ever ARM v9 CPUs, and they were the fastest CPUs for the price. Well, today we're introducing our next generation of Neon Silicon. This is our Neon D40 lineup. Let's get started with the architectures. We have three different architectures this time. Alright, Chablis, Gazelle, and Onyx architecture. We have our 5nm and 4nm process for the first time, and our Neon J5 integrated graphics. And we are first time ever adding efficiency cores to our desktop chips, which are lower performing but lower energy cores. So these can be switched over if you're not doing anything that intensive. So we have high performance and high efficiency cores. And so let's start with our Neon D43 lineup. We have our Neon D43, D43X, and D43Z, with D43 having 4 performance cores, D43X and D43Z having 6. We have our efficiency cores, our Chablis, Gazelle, and Onyx architecture. Our 5nm, 4nm process price was $129, $179, and $229. And if we look at the performance numbers, really great performance numbers, if we compare it to the competition, we see D43 has 45% faster than the competition. D43X is 66% faster, and D43Z is 92% faster. But let's take a look at the higher end, the scope. D43Z outperforms Intel's Core i5-12600K and nears AMD's Ryzen 7 7700X, while delivering 2.7 times less power than Intel. As you can see, D43 is a great lineup, but we also have our Neon D45 lineup as well. D45 has 8 performance cores, while D45X and Z have 10. We have again our efficiency cores, our Chablis on Onyx architecture, our 5nm and 4nm process prices $329, $329, and $429. And here is the performance numbers managed to achieve. As you can see, really impressive numbers if we compare it to the competition. As you can see, when you compare it to Intel, D45 is 52% faster. D45 is 82% faster compared to AMD, 82% faster D45X compared to Intel, and 2.1 times faster than AMD, which is D45X. D45Z is 2 times faster than Intel, and D45Z is 2.5 times faster than AMD. But let's take a look at the higher end, because this is where things start to get impressive. Here's the entire Neon D40 lineup compared to the highest end from AMD and the highest end from Intel. As you can see, Neon D45 is 8.6% faster than Intel's highest end 12900K, and D45X is 30% faster than Intel and 8.7% faster than AMD, and D45Z is 50% faster than Intel and 25% faster than AMD. So D45 is getting impressive, but we have our Neon D47 lineup, our more mid-range chips. D47 has 12 performance cores, while the X and Z have 14. Again, our efficiency cores are Chablis, Gazelle, and Onyx architecture, and our different process nodes, and the price is $529, $579, and $629. And if we look at the performance numbers, these are just out of the world insane. And if we compare it to the competition, it is not even close. 2.5 times faster D47 is compared to Intel, and 2.7 times faster than AMD. D47X is 2.9 times faster than Intel, and 3.2 times faster than AMD, and D47Z is 3.3 times faster than Intel and 3.7 times faster than AMD. Let's take a look at the higher end now, because this is where things are just ridiculous. D47X is 5.2% faster than AMD's highest end Threadripper Pro 5995 WX chip, and it's 21% faster when you get D47Z. It is insane performance. So D47 is already insane, but now we get to the higher end Neon D49 chips. D49 has 16 performance cores, while D49X and D49Z have 18. We have again our efficiency, our different architectures, and our different process nodes, and the price is $729, $779, and $829. And if we look at the performance numbers, these are just out of this world. If we compare it to the competition, D49 is 3.4 times faster than Intel and 2.6 times faster than AMD. D49X is 3.9 times faster than Intel and 3 times faster compared to AMD. And finally, D49Z is 4.2 times faster than Intel and 3.2 times faster than AMD. Let's take a look at the higher end now. As you can see, D49Z gets really close to AMD's EPYC 7763 times 2. These are two 7763s combined together. And if you look at the price range, as you can see, D49Z is way cheaper than two of AMD's EPYC 7763s. It is 120. It's over 1/20th of the price of two EPYC 7763s. It is insane how much performance you can get for such a low price. So that is our Neon D49 lineup. We also have our Neon D40M CPUs. These are for smartphones, tablets, and laptops. We have our D43M ranging all the way up to D49M. So we have two performance cores, 4, 6, and 8, depending on which one you get. We have our efficiency cores as well, all of them based on Chablis, and they're 4nm process. And if we look at the performance numbers, these are just really great. If we compare it to the highest end from Qualcomm, as you can see, D43M is 48% faster than it, D45M 78% faster, D47M 2.1 times faster, and D49M 2.4 times faster. But let's take a look at the higher end now. Here is a laptop series chip, the Core i5-1250P, and if we compare it to Neon D49M, it is 14% faster than the competition. So that is our Neon D40 lineup. Now let's take a look at our Neon X series CPUs. We have our Neon X series CPUs as well. These are our workstation class chips, and today we're completely rebranding them to our X43, X45, X47, and X49 chips. So these chips combine multiple Neon D series chips and with a die-to-die connector to make them into a much more powerful chip. For example, Neon X43 is actually just two Neon D47s connected together. So you get 24 performance cores and 8 efficiency cores. Neon X45 has 32 performance cores and 8 efficiency cores, which is 2 Neon D49s connected together. Neon X47 is 2 Neon D49Xs connected together, and Neon X49 is 4 Neon D49Xs connect together. So we have 24 performance cores, 32 performance cores, 36 performance cores, and 72 performance cores. We have 8 efficiency cores, or 16 on X49. Our Chablis and Gazelle architectures are in a 3rd gen 5nm process across the board. Prices $999, $1399, $1499, $2999, and we have 32 total cores, 40, 44, and 88 cores total on X49. And if you look at the performance numbers, these are just out of this world insane. If we compare it to the competition, we don't even have higher end competition to compare to because this is the highest end we can compare it to. Neon X43 is 12% faster than it, X45 is 69% faster than it, X47 2 times faster than it, and X49 4 times faster. So that is our X43, X45, X47, and X49 lineup. But now is our Neon Z lineup. This is our highest end of the scope, and today we're introducing our Z40 lineup chips. This is where things get insane. All of them are based on 4nm process. All of them are Onyx architecture, and all of them combine multiple chips together as well. And this is just incredible of what we are able to get with all this chips combined together. We have our Neon Z43, which has 28 performance cores, our Neon Z45, which has 36, our Neon Z47, which has 72 performance cards, and our Neon Z49, which has an unbelievable 144 performance cores. That is just incredible. Neon Z43 combines two Neon D47Z dies together. Neon Z45 combines two Neon D49Z dies together. Neon Z47 combines four Neon D49Zs together, and Neon Z49 has two Z47 dies stacked on top of each other, which in total is 8 D49Z dies. So you have 36, 44, 88, and 176 total cores. We have obviously our efficiency cores, our Onyx architecture prices, $11.99, $15.99, $31.99, $63.99. And the performance is just ludicrous. If we compare it again to competition, 46% faster Z43 is, 2.1 times faster Z45, 4.2 times faster Z47, and 8.4 times faster Z49. So that is our Z40 lineup, and these are the most powerful CPUs on the planet. So that's our Neon Z40 lineup. Next, Clapdragon. These are mobile chips that we use in smartphones primarily. And we're going to talk about our regular chips first. We have our lineup of Gen 1 chips, and we're going to be upping them up to Gen 2. So, Clapdragon 2 Gen 2 all the way up to 6 Gen 2. The Clapdragon 2 Gen 2 all the way up to the 5 Gen 2 have 2 performance cores, 2 efficiency cores, our CD2 architecture, our 2 Gen 2, 4 Gen 2, 5 Gen 2 GPU, and a 5nm process across the board. Well, 6 Gen 2 has 4 efficiency cores and our 6 Gen 2 GPU. And if we compare it to, or if we look at the benchmarks, as you can see, they are really high up there. If we compare it to the competition, as you can see, 5 Gen 2 is 17% faster than it, and 6 Gen 2 is 42% faster than it. But if we look at the higher end, if we compare Clapdragon 6 Gen 2 to Google Tensor Gen 1, or Google Tensor G1, it outperforms it 5% faster than it, even though this is a lower end chip. That is really impressive. Now let's look at our higher end Gen series chips. We have a 7 Gen 2, 8 Gen 2, and 8 Plus Gen 2. 7 Gen 2 has 3 performance cores and 3 efficiency cores, our CD Gen 2 architecture, and our 7 Gen 2 GPU, and a 5nm process. 8 Gen 2 and 8 Plus Gen 2 have 4 performance cores and 4 efficiency cores, and our Tundra 8 Gen 2 GPU. And if you look at the performance, this is just incredible. If we look at it compared to the competition, it is insane. Clapdragon 7 Gen 2 is around the same as the competition, even though it's a mid-range chip. 8 Gen 2 is 22% faster than it, and 8 Plus Gen 2 is 40% faster than it. But this is at the higher end. As you can see, we compared 8 Plus Gen 2 to a Core i5-1255U, and it consumes 3 times less power than competition while performing around the same as the competition. Let's say like our Clapdragon CX CPUs. We use these chips in our Neon Dream lineup, and today we're introducing the next gen of our 40CX chips, 50CX and 50CX Plus. 50CX is a 10-core CPU, while 50CX Plus is 12 cores. 50CX is 8 performance cores, 2 efficiency cores, while 50CX Plus is 10 performance cores and 2 efficiency cores. They both have our CX Gen 2 architecture, our J5 graphics, and 4nm process. And if we look at the performance, it is incredible. If we look at it compared to the competition, the fastest Android chip on the market, 56 is 55% faster than it, and 56 Plus is 86% faster than it. But let's take a look at the higher end now. We compare it to Core i5 or Core i7 1260p, and it's 3.5 times less power to competition, while performing around the same. So that is our Snapdragon lineup as chips. It is really impressive. But now, time for the big one, GPUs. We have our Neon G series and Z series GPUs, and we're going to be introducing our biggest upgrade ever to GPUs. This is probably going to be a highlight of this whole event. Let's get started with our Neon G series. We're going to be rebranding it to Neon GFX, and it's going to be a big upgrade with a new design and the biggest leap ever in performance with our Neon GFX 4000 lineup. Here it is. This is our Neon GFX 4000 lineup, and it is an incredible lineup. Let's get started with our lower end GPUs. So, we have our GFX 4000, 4100, and 4300 GPUs. 20 teraflops, 24 teraflops, and 32 teraflops of teraflops. We have our 5100, 7100, 9100 GF4 cores, 2 GHz clock speed, 3 GHz boost. We have 12, 16, or 16 gigs of GDDR6X memory, 384, 512, or 768 gigabytes of memory bandwidth, our 5nm process, and a lot of gigapixels and gigatexels. The price is $249, $349, and $499. If you look at the performance, it is just incredible what performance you get. To give you an example, here's an RTX 3080 in comparison. GFX 4000 is around the same compared to it. 16% faster GFX 4100 is compared to it, and 66% faster GFX 4300 is compared to it. But let's take a look at the higher end now, because this is where things start to get incredible. GFX 4300 compared to NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3090 Ti. As you can see, it's 31% faster than the higher end competition. This is the fastest faster GPU that we can compare, and it's already getting beaten out by a mid-range chip or mid-range GPU that it is incredible. But that is our lower end GPUs. Now let's take a look at our higher end ones. GFX 4500 has 48 teraflops and 11,100 GF4 cores, 3.2 GHz clock speed, and or 3.2 GHz boost clock speed, 2.2 GHz base clock speed, and 24 gigabytes of GDDR6X memory, and 1 terabyte per second memory bandwidth, and a 5nm process at $699. But for GFX 4700, we took 2 of the GFX 4500 dies and connected them together and to get double of everything. And price is $1399. At GFX 4900, we took 2 GFX 4700 dies and combined those together for GFX 4900. That's $2799. And if we look at the performance, it is just insane where we can get over 2 million on GFX 4900. Here is again that 3090 Ti, and it's 2.3 times faster GFX 4500 is, 4.7 times faster GFX 4700 is compared to it, and 9.4 times faster GFX 4900 is compared to it. But now, let's take a look at our Neon Z GPUs. Again, we're rebranding them to Neon ZFX, and it's a big upgrade. Again, it's going to be a new design with our biggest leap ever in performance, and here it is. This is our Neon ZFX lineup. It consists of ZFX 4300 all the way up to ZFX 4900. ZFX 4300 has 200 teraflops, 240 on ZFX 4500, 280 on ZFX 4700, and we have 48,000, 64,000, 96,000 ZF4 cores, a 3.2, 3.5, and 3.7 gigahertz clock speed with a gigahertz more for boost. We have 128, 256, and 512 gigs of GDR7 memory for the first time ever, and 6 terabytes or 8 terabytes of memory bandwidth. And we have 4nm process across the board, and prices $32.99, $39.99, and $49.99. And for ZFX 4900, you see over there, we took two ZFX 4700 dies and connected them together for ZFX 4900. That starts at $99.99. And as you can see, it comes to performance, it is out of this world. It is incredible. Compared to the 3090 Ti, it is puny compared to these chips. ZFX 4300 is 12 times faster than it. 4500 is 18 times faster than it. 4700 is 27 times faster than it. And 4900 is 55 times faster than it. It is incredible. Now, we do have one more GPU to show you today, and it is incredible. This is ZFX 4900 Duo. We took two ZFX 4900 dies and connected them together for ZFX 4900 Duo. It is incredible. We have 1.12 petaflops. This is our first ever GPU to be measured in petaflops of performance. 384,000 ZF4 cores, 2 terabytes of GDR7 memory, 32 terabytes of memory bandwidth, and $19,999 price tag. And as you can see, when we compare it to everything else, it absolutely blows it away. 25 million when it comes to OpenCL. And it's 110 times faster than that 3090 Ti. This is the world's fastest GPU, bar none. Nothing even comes close. It's also the world's first 16K capable GPU. With two DisplayPort 2.0 ports, you can connect two 16K displays. Most higher-end GPUs can't even handle 8K displays, one 8K display. This GPU can handle two 16K displays. So you can have up to 265 million pixels. So that is our GPUs, and that is a big upgrade for our GPUs. So with all that in mind, let's introduce our first next-generation Neon device, and it is the Neon Book. Neon Book is an incredible device, and today we're going to be throwing in our Neon D45M and D47M chips inside. When compared to competition, our Neon Book powered by D45M is 25% faster than competition, and D47M is 50% faster than it. When it comes to the display, we have a 13-inch display with a variable refresh rate with 24 Hz to 60 Hz, so depending on what you do, it will change the refresh rate. And the SSD, it ranges from 256 to 2 terabytes now. In the RAM, we now have 6 to 8 gigs and 16 gigs of memory. And when it comes to the software, we're replacing Windows CE22, which is what we would have put on here, but instead, we're not going to be using that in here. Instead, we're using Project Ruby. We showed you Project Ruby last year, but we're introducing a new UI with version 2.0 of Project Ruby. Here it is. This is the new UI for Project Ruby, and it's going to be running on Neon Book. It will ship on more products later on. It replaces ModOS and HackOS, and the final release is coming in 2023. So that does our new Neon Book. The price starts at $749. $749 gets you 8 gigs RAM, 256 gig SSD. For $899 you get 512 gig SSD. So that is Neon Book. But we're not done yet. We're introducing another device with our next-gen Neon chips, Xbox Series 3T. We showed you Series 3T a couple of months ago, but we have some updates to it. The CPU, we're introducing our Neon X43, it's X45, X47 CPUs to it. And it is incredibly fast. And when it comes to GPU, we're using our GFX 4300, 4500 GPUs in here. And these GPUs are also incredibly fast, 301,000, 543,000 for the OpenCL score. And when it comes to the SSD, we're introducing a big upgrade here, because now we're using PCIe 5.0 SSDs, which has speeds of 14 gigabits or gigabytes per second. And you have up to 8 terabytes of that. And when it comes to the RAM, we now can have 256 gigs of memory now with the new memory controller. So that is Xbox Series 3T. The price starts at $24.99. So we have $24.99 for the base model with the GFX 4300 and 32 gigs of RAM, 1 terabyte SSD, and the X43 CPU. For a little more, $32.99, you can get more RAM, more storage, and a better GPU. So that's Xbox Series 3T. So I think it's very clear that this has been the biggest computer parts conference that we have ever held, but we have a lot more coming up in the next coming weeks. Thank you for joining us.